we are rolling. What's up, guys? Welcome to Unlimited Freedom. This is Vaughn with Unlimited Freedom. Today, I am going to be reading, the allegations against Novatech that have recently been released to the public coming out of Ontario, Canada. I'm not going to be responding. I'm simply going to be reading the document and sharing it with you verbatim. I just got done with my live Q&A, and I have ordered some food, and so I'm going to go ahead and put this video out so that you can see the document and hear the allegations. And then a little bit later tonight, I'm going to go ahead and go live where I will be reacting to the allegations that I'm about to read to you now. So without further ado, guys, these are the allegations that the Canadian government is making against Novatech. Let's get into it.
If you're not going to become a network marketer, we're not going to pay you what we said we were going to pay you, right? News announcement. And this is a breaking news announcement. And this is a breaking live on Friday. Novatech update. Keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want.
This is from the Ontario Securities Commission. In the matter of Novatech Ltd. and Cynthia Petillon, Statement of Allegations, subsection 127.1 and section 127.1 of the Securities Act, RSO 1990, CS.5. A. Overview. Number 1. Novatech Ltd. and its Chief Executive Officer, Cynthia Petillon, engaged in an aggressive and widespread campaign using the internet and social media to sell securities to the investing public. They sold these securities without registration and without prospectus disclosure. They continued to do so in the face of a cease trade order issued by the Ontario Securities Commission. These business activities have also attracted concerns by other Canadian and U.S. securities regulators. 2. The respondents created a product known as the Percentage Allocation Management Module, or PAM, and deployed an elaborate multi-level marketing scheme to sell units of the product, which are securities, to Ontario investors. 3. The respondents used their website, social media, and YouTube videos to promote the PAM product and to solicit investors. The PAM product was advertised as a way for investors to passively earn returns on investment without having to do any trading themselves. The company website depicted PAM product returns of approximately 3% per week without ever sustaining a loss. Videos posted to the Novatech YouTube channel made statements soliciting investment in the PAM product, including Cynthia Petillon claiming that returns from the investment allowed people to buy luxury cars and homes. Number 4. On December 13th, 2022, the Ontario Securities Commission issued an investor warning with respect to Novatech Ltd. Number 5. In early February 2023, the company announced that it decided to place a temporary freeze on withdrawals from investor accounts. Notwithstanding this announcement, it continued to accept new investments in the PAM product. Number 6. In light of these ongoing investor protection concerns, the Ontario Securities Commission issued a temporary cease trade order against Novatech Ltd. On February 16, 2023. The order was extended by the Capital Markets Tribunal on March 2, 2023. The respondents breached this order by allowing reinvestments of purported returns into PAM units and by selling new PAM units to Ontario investors. Number 7. While the respondents made changes to their website to make it appear they were restricting access to Canadian investors, individuals involved in perpetuating Novatech's multi-level marketing scheme were publicly disseminating instructions on how to circumvent geographic restrictions. Number 8. During this period, other Canadian provincial securities regulators published warnings about the respondents, and a Californian regulator issued a protective order. Number 9. Where business activities raise serious securities regulatory concerns, the Ontario Securities Commission takes action to protect investors. Registration requirements serve an important gatekeeping function by ensuring that only properly qualified persons are permitted to engage in the business of trading securities. Prospectus requirements are fundamental to ensuring that investors are provided with full, true, and plain disclosure of all material facts relating to the securities being offered. Number 10. None of the respondents were registered to trade in securities and no prospectus was filed in connection with the sale of units of the PAM product. Number 11. By disregarding these cornerstone principles of Ontario securities law, violating the temporary cease trade order, and conducting themselves contrary to the public interest, the respondents exposed investors to serious risk and undermined confidence in the capital markets. B. Facts. Staff of the Enforcement Branch of the Ontario Securities Commission, enforcement staff, makes the following allegations of fact. Roman numeral 1, the PAN product. Number 12. Beginning in or around June 2019 and continuing until at least July 2023, the respondents created and marketed a product known as the Percentage Allocation Management Module, PAM, and sold units of the PAM product through the website, including to Ontario investors. PAM units are securities under Section 1.1 of the Securities Act, RSO 1990 CS5, the Act. Number 13. The marketing and sale of PAM units is central to Novatech's business, and these activities have been ongoing since the company's inception. Number 14. Novatech Ltd., Novatech, was incorporated on September 26, 2019 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It carries on business as Novatech and Novatech Ltd. Novatech published and operated the website www.novatechfx.com, the website. Number 15. Cynthia Petion is Novatech's founder, chief executive officer, and sole director, shareholder, and beneficial owner. Petion has been involved in Novatech's operations since its inception and is the directing mind of Novatech. According to the website, Petion is responsible for creating, planning, implementing, and integrating the strategic direction of the organization. She is responsible for managing and implementing the company's research and development of strategies and overseeing the company's overall operations. She also oversees all marketing initiatives, brand recognition, finances, and compensation, as well as new product development. Number 16. The PAM product is described as a form of pooled money forex trading that allows investors to earn without having to trade. Novatech explains that its own traders use these pooled investor funds to trade in crypto assets and in the forex markets to generate profits for investors. PAM units would therefore generate sustainable passive profits for investors that are paid consistently on a weekly basis. Figures on the website depicted returns of approximately 3% per week. Number 17. The role of the investor is limited to the advancement of money. Investors purchase PAM units by first creating an account through the website using an online application process, PAM account. After opening a PAM account, investors can purchase PAM units, which are priced in USD, by transferring the equivalent USD value of crypto assets, e.g. Bitcoin, to a wallet address provided by the website. Purchases of PAM units are only reflected in balances displayed in the PAM account. The units are not otherwise delivered to investors. Number 18. PAM accounts include both a trading account and a bonus account. The trading account balance displays the USD value of any purchases of PAM units. The bonus account displays the USD value of returns received on the units held in the trading account. After earning returns in the bonus account, investors can choose to reinvest those returns by purchasing additional PAM units. The website also offers an auto reinvestment feature that automatically uses returns to purchase new PAM units. These new units are then reflected in the balance of the investor's trading account. Number 19. Investors are not required to do anything beyond purchasing PAM units to earn returns on investment. Investors in PAM units are wholly dependent on the success of the respondents' efforts to profit on their investment. Number 20. The respondents are responsible for the control and operation of Novatech and its website. Investors are required to submit a withdrawal request through the website to seek repayment of principal invested, payment of any returns earned on the investment. Number 21. Novatech is also compensated for investments in the PAM product. All PAM accounts are subject to performance fee equal to 30% of all trading profits. Novatech also charges a $25 monthly service fee for PAM accounts and a 15% fee on withdrawals from trading accounts made within 3 months of registering the account. Roman numeral 2. Aggressive promotion and multi-level marketing of the PAM product to investors. Number 22. The respondents regularly and aggressively promoted investments in the PAM product. Investors were solicited online, including through the website and social media, and through videos available on Novatech's YouTube channel. One video posted by the respondents includes Petion stating that I have people who started with $99 accounts and are now buying Mercedes, living in nice houses that they would have never lived in. Number 23. The respondents also developed and engaged in an elaborate multi-level marketing scheme which enlisted investors as de facto sales force to funnel prospective investors to the website to further the sale of PAM units to the public, the affiliate marketing program. By sharing Novatech's products with friends, family, and others, Novatech investors who become affiliates or sponsors by participating in the affiliate marketing program could earn bonuses, collect fees, and progress through different ranks within the program. Through this program, the respondents were involved in facilitating and intermediating the sale of PAM units to investors. Number 24. Ontario investors opened PAM accounts using the website and purchased PAM units, Ontario accounts. Some Ontario investors were solicited by others located in Ontario as part of the affiliate marketing program. While Ontario investors reported earning returns on their investments in PAM units, Novatech's policies made it difficult for investors to withdraw from their PAM accounts. Some investors were unable to withdraw any funds from their PAM accounts. Roman numeral 3. Multi-jurisdictional concerns with the respondents' activities. Number 25. Novatech's operations have attracted Canadian and U.S. securities regulatory concerns. Number 26. On November 22, 2022, the State of California Business, Consumer Service and Housing Agency, Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, issued a desist and refrain order against Novatech, Petion, and others. Number 27. On December 13, 2022, the Ontario Securities Commission issued an investor warning with respect to Novatech. Number 28. The British Columbia Securities Commission, Financial and Consumer Affairs Authority of Saskatchewan, Outre Marches Financiers, Alberta Securities Commission, and the Canadian Securities Administrators have also issued warnings or alerts with respect to Novatech. Number 29. In early February 2023, Novatech announced it decided to place a temporary freeze on withdrawals from investor accounts. Notwithstanding this announcement, Novatech continued to accept new investment in its PAM product. Roman numeral 4. Violating the temporary cease trade order. Number 30. On February 16, 2023, the Ontario Securities Commission issued a temporary cease trade order, TCTO, in respect to Novatech's activities, which ordered that A. All trading in any securities by Novatech or any person on their behalf shall cease. B. The acquisition of any securities by Novatech shall cease. And C. Any examination contained in Ontario securities law does not apply to Novatech. Number 31. On March 2, 2023, the tribunal extended the TCTO. Number 32. Novatech failed to comply with the terms of the TCTO. While the TCTO was in force, Novatech continued to trade in securities, including by allowing reinvestments of purported returns into PAM units by selling new PAM units to Ontario investors. Number 33. Prior to the TCTO being issued, the website did not include Canada or Ontario on its list of restricted areas and regions. However, in or around March 2023, the website was modified to include Canada on its list of restricted areas and regions. Novatech also removed the option to select Canada and Ontario from certain menus on the website. No communications were sent to Ontario account holders to advise of this change. Number 34. Investors in PAM units, including Ontario investors, were advised to take steps to circumvent geographic restrictions imposed through the website, including modifying the addresses on their PAM accounts. These practices were discussed publicly, including in videos posted on YouTube and by groups of investors participating in the affiliate marketing program. Number 35. While the TCTO was in force, communications attributed to Petian were also sent to PAM accounts through the website. These detailed new account withdrawal procedures and restrictions. Unregistered trading. Number 36. None of the respondents have ever been registered with the Ontario Securities Commission to trade in securities. No exemptions from the registration requirement were available to the respondents under Ontario securities law. Number 37. Because of the conduct described above, Novatech engaged in and held itself out as engaging in the business of trading in PAM units without the necessary registration or an applicable exemption from the registration requirement, contrary to subsection 25(1) of the Act. Illegal distribution. 38. The sales of the PAM units were trades in securities not previously issued and were therefore distributions. 39. No preliminary prospective or prospectus was filed for the distribution of PAM units. The investments did not qualify for any exemption from the prospectus requirements under Ontario securities law. No report of exempt distribution, including Form 45-106F1, was filed with the Ontario Securities Commission in connection with the distribution of PAM units. Number 40. Based on the conduct described above, Novatech engaged in a distribution of securities without filing a preliminary prospectus or a prospectus and without an applicable exemption to the prospectus requirement, contrary to subsection 53(1) of the Act. Breach of the TCTO contrary to Ontario securities law. Number 41. Based on the conduct described above, Novatech failed to comply with the TCTO, thereby contravening Ontario securities law. Authorizing, permitting, or acquiescing in breaches of Ontario securities law. Number 42. Based on the conduct described above, Petian authorized, permitted, or acquiesced in Novatech's noncompliance with Ontario securities law described above. As a result, Petian is deemed not to have complied with Ontario securities law pursuant to Section 129.2 of the Act. Conduct contrary to the public interest. Number 43. Based on the conduct described above, each of the respondents engaged in conduct that is contrary to the public interest. In particular, by continuing to accept investments in the PAM product while simultaneously freezing and later restricting investor withdrawals, the respondents engaged in practices contrary to the purposes and the animating principle under subsections 1.1a and 2.12 of the Act. C. Breaches and conduct contrary to the public interest. Enforcement staff alleges following breaches should be the following breaches of Ontario securities law and or conduct contrary to the public interest. 44. Novatech engaged in and held itself out as engaging in the business of trading in securities without being registered to do so and without any applicable exemption registration requirement, contrary to subsection 25(1) of the Act. Number 45. Novatech engaged in distributions of securities without filing a preliminary prospectus or prospectus and without an applicable exemption from the prospectus requirement, contrary to subsection 53(1) of the Act. Number 46. Novatech breached the terms of the TCTO and thereby contravened Ontario securities law. Number 47. Petian authorized, permitted, or acquiesced in Novatech's noncompliance with Ontario securities law and is deemed not to have complied with Ontario securities law pursuant to Section 129.2 of the Act. Number 48. Each of the respondents engaged in conduct that is contrary to the public interest. Number 49. These allegations may be amended, and other allegations may be added as the tribunal may permit. D. Orders sought. Enforcement staff request that the tribunal make the following orders. Number 50. As against Novatech and Petians. A. That they cease trading in any securities or derivatives permanently or for such period as is specified by the tribunal pursuant to paragraph 2 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. B. That they be prohibited from acquiring any securities permanently or for such period as specified by the tribunal pursuant to paragraph 2.1 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. C. That any exemptions contained in Ontario securities law do not apply to them permanently or for such period as specified by the tribunal pursuant to paragraph 3 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. D. That they be reprimanded pursuant to paragraph 6 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. E. That they be prohibited from becoming or acting as a registrant or promoter permanently or for such period as the specified by the tribunal, pursuant to paragraph 8.5 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. F. That they pay an administrative penalty of not more than $1 million for each failure to comply with Ontario securities law, pursuant to paragraph 9 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. G. That they disgorge to the Ontario Securities Commission any amounts obtained as a result of noncompliance with Ontario securities law, pursuant to paragraph 10 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. H. That they pay costs of the Ontario Securities Commission's investigation and the hearing, pursuant to subsection 127(1) of the Act. And I. Such other order as the tribunal considers appropriate in the public interest. 51. And further as against Petian. A. That she resign any position she may hold as a director or officer of any issuer pursuant to paragraph 7 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. B. That she be prohibited from becoming or acting as a director or officer of any issuer permanently or for such period as is specified by the tribunal pursuant to paragraph 8 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. C. That she resign any position she may hold as a director or officer of any registrant pursuant to paragraph 8.1 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. And D. That she be prohibited from becoming or acting as a director or officer of any registrant permanently or for such period as is specified by the tribunal, pursuant to paragraph 8.2 of subsection 127(1) of the Act. Dated this 24th of August, 2023, Ontario Securities Commission, 20 Queen Street West, 22nd floor, Toronto, Ontario, M5H3S8. Brian Weingarten, Litigation Counsel, Enforcement Branch. Telephone 647-296-3859. B. Weingarten at osc.gov.on.ca.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you got some great value out of that content. Thank you for tuning in to the Unlimited Freedom Network. I really appreciate, guys. Now, remember, before you get off here, guys, never invest crypto into any platform that you cannot afford to lose, right? There's no guarantees here, right? So make sure that you're practicing your risk management principles when you're in this space. Also, don't forget to check out my trading course. It's in the description. If you appreciate what I do here, the best way to support my work is to purchase my trading course. Link in the description. It's where I share my personal trading strategy with you. It's a strategy that's achievable, attainable, sustainable, and it's how I was able to make more than I ever made before. You do not have to be an expert on trading. It tells you exactly what to do, A, B, C, D. You can copy my profitable strategy. And like I said, links in the description for that. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Drop me a comment. I always love reading your guys' comments. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And we'll see you guys on the next one here at the Unlimited Freedom Network.